Let's go, let's go. It's your man Mike Bowens coming to you once again, live and direct. Listen, I got another powerful message for you. This message is entitled, Imagine Your Life into Existence. Ooh, that's a bomb going off. Boom! Listen, imagine your life into existence. I know you have heard of speak your life into existence, but I want to tell you to imagine your life into existence. Ooh, I don't know if you ever just sit down and just meditate. Close your eyes in a quiet place and just meditate on what the best possible version of yourself, right? After I'm finished praying and thanking God for my day and asking Him for instruction and for wisdom and information on how to do this and how to do that, then I just sit down. I take a portion of that time and I just sit down and close my eyes in a quiet place and meditate. That's why I can't be around people that just talk all the time. Anything that comes to their mind. That's why I don't like group text. Because anything that comes into people's mind, whether it makes sense or not, they just want to put it out there. And if I'm imagining my life into existence, I can't have that all the time, right? We're just, people's frustrations just constantly shooting out. That's why I don't have a lot of friends at this point in time. Because I need people around me who are doing the same thing. I need people around me who want to manifest some things in their life. And I want to stay positive with that. And I'm very intentional about what I think. I'm very intentional about what I say. And I'm very intentional about what I listen to. And so when I'm talking about imagining, right, your future into existence, that means your thoughts can create some things. You could just, by your imagination, can create some things. Everything starts with an idea. The chair you're sitting on, the television you're watching, the computer you're watching, the food that you eat, everything starts with an idea. Okay? And so, the same way that you can speak things into existence, this is a bomb going off. You can imagine things into existence. When you go to creation and you read in Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 to 31, it says, God created, right? God created this, God created that, and at the end He said, it was good, right? God created man in His image. Man was created in the image of God. After He finished creating him, He said it was good. God created animals, right? God created plants and seed-bearing fruits that could reproduce after its own kind, and after that, it was good. He spoke those things. But before God spoke it, everybody talks about this, He thought it. It was a thought. He imagined. When it said the Spirit of God hovered over where it was just void and darkness, He's thinking what I want to create, what I want to put here, what I want to put here. So we ought to follow God's blueprint. Most people today, they only imagine the worst. I even get into even your words at this point in time. Because your life is going to start and it's going to end by your thoughts. See, the mind is one of the most valuable assets that God has given to mankind. But people are kept so busy. You're working 2 jobs. You're going from one job to the next job. Or the kids are crying. Or the phone is ringing. The TV's on. The radio's on. You living from the outside in. You never get a chance to live from the inside out. You never get a chance to silence all the noise. That's why I get up so early. Not just so I can always do things, but because it's quiet. There's no cars going by. There's no people walking down the street. Everyone in the house is asleep. Mainly my wife is up, and my oldest daughter's up. But everybody else is usually asleep, and the house is very quiet. And I'm able to focus and concentrate and silence all the outside noise and listen from the inside out. And then I can imagine some things into existence. I can imagine the campus that I'm going to purchase and build. I can see the drug rehab center. I can see the marriage retreat facility. I can see that recording studio. I can see the headquarters. I can see the way the grass is cut. I can see the flowers. I can even smell the flowers. How about that? Right? I can see the food pantry. I can see all these things by simply just imagining it. And the thing about the mind is, as we said before, it doesn't know what's good, it doesn't know what's bad. It doesn't know what's real, it doesn't know what's not real. So by you sitting down and imagining something that has not taken place in the physical as of yet, doesn't mean in your mind that it's not real. Your body reacts the same way. That's why NASA did a study for people in the Olympics, and they had them sit down in the chairs. They weren't in space; they were just in simulated areas, right? Where they would now put the headphones on. They have a virtual 3D glasses, and so on and so forth. And they would look out, and it would look like they were in space, and the chairs would rock, and things of that nature. It would shake as if they were really going up into the air. Now they knew in their minds that this was not real, but they still could not control their emotions. They still could not control how they felt, because what they saw in their minds was now real. The heartbeats begin to increase. They begin to breathe faster, right? And then and when they stopped the simulation and they took off the virtual mask, they said, whoa, oh, felt like I was really there, even though they knew they were not. Okay? So even in the Olympics, they had the future prospects sitting down, imagining themselves winning the gold medal, imagining themselves accomplishing their goals. They saw it on the screen. They pre-played it. They recorded them running across the finish line and let them sit there and watch it over and over and over and over. You know, something I heard Michael Jordan say a long time ago when I was a kid. And at that time, I really didn't get it. I just tried to do what he did because everybody wanted to be like Mike. But as I'm getting older and I'm really going into the depths of the mind, he said he would show up 3 hours before each game. First, he will warm up. You know, he warm up, and then he'll sit down for about an hour and just imagine what he's going to do in the game in a quiet place. The shot he's going to take, the dunk he's going to do, how he's going to scream at the crowd when he saw himself doing it before he did it. So now, for 1 hour, and most people get up and go to work. They wake up out the bed, brush their teeth, they don't eat breakfast. Okay, gotta go to work. You don't even imagine your day before it happens. Now, one of the greatest to ever do it in the area of hoops, basketball, sits down an hour before the game and imagines, warms up for 2 hours. But you just get up and go to class. You don't even take time to imagine yourself getting A's. You don't even take time to imagine it. You just go to your house. You don't sit down and imagine what it could be, what the neighborhood could be. You just go in the house and you just live. Just live. I'm just living. Mike, I'm just out here. Our brother's just trying to live. You know what I mean? No, you gotta imagine. You gotta imagine something better than what you have now. You gotta imagine that things are different. And when you begin to imagine, that's why I love children. And I believe children still have this quality for a reason. As sometimes we get older, we let life beat us up and take this quality away from us. When you're a kid and you sitting with your friends and you see a nice car go by, you say, "Oh, that's my car." You see that red car? That's my car. It'll be a Corvette. That's my red Corvette. Somebody be like, "Oh, that's my blue Lexus." You have any money in the world, but you never let it stop you from saying, "That's my car." You see a nice house. "Oh, that's my house. I'm gonna live there when I get older." You watch, you see. When people get older, they get what's called quote unquote reality. And now they don't imagine anymore. They don't speak things out like that anymore. They just take things for face value. But we were not created to be that way. And so when I'm talking about imagine your future into existence, you can create some things by your thoughts. By that, you begin to see what you want and it becomes so real to you. Now you're able to come up with a plan to take steps to make it happen. You're able to manifest what it is that you see in your mind because it becomes so real to you. Now you're willing to do what it takes. Listen, you ever heard someone speak, and I hope you get this experience while I'm talking to you. Have you ever heard a song? Have you ever been to a place? Have you ever got a check so big? Have you ever had an experience where the neurons and the neutrons and the electrons and everything in your brain, the endorphins start going off and start feel tingling in your brain? Man, that's a good feeling. Your brain start tingling. So when you begin to imagine your future into existence, it should become so real to you that you feel tingles in your brain, that it excites you, that it moves you to action. And once you begin to see in your mind what it is that you're seeing, you should write it down and put the vision up and begin to take steps towards achieving those God-given goals. Because God is speaking, but the question is, are you listening? This is your man, Mike Bowens, and I'm signing off until next time. And I'm saying, be blessed.